Hi everyone, hope you're all doing well, and wow, what a day in the stock market yesterday was. Currently recording this at 7 a.m, so I'm not 100% sure what is going on with Tuesday's open, but wow, Monday was absolutely crazy. Not seen anything like that for a very long time. I mean, there were some stocks, especially on the UK front, that were just booming like crazy. Even some of the US stocks, maybe not as much, but the thing is as well is that we saw a lot of the stocks like dipping like 7-8%. You know, a lot of the big coronavirus, corona-proof stocks were taking a massive dive. So we had companies that have been beaten down, that like have been losing the boxing fight for 12 rounds, just pulled out like a massive uppercut on some of on the opponent. There were some absolute game-changer movements in some of these like beaten down stocks. And then on the other side of it, we saw stocks that have been performing exceptionally that were just sinking like crazy. And I mean, it was crazy to see what was going on, because I'm sure you guys had a lot of positions that were like, wow, look at that. But at the same time, you're looking like, well, that company's down like 7% and that company's doing amazing. And it was kind of a really crazy day. So we're going to take a look into what happened yesterday, because there was some interesting stuff. So if you could smash the like button, hope you recovered from the 9 o'clock live stream as well. So yeah, if you could smash the like button, that'd be absolutely amazing. Subscribe, make sure you tell a friend, tell your dog, tell your grandma. We are so close to 5k. We are in the last 100, like running to 5,000 right now. So if we get to 5k subscribers, that'll be absolutely amazing. And we'll take a look. So the stock market was absolutely going crazy yesterday. So it's a very long time since I've seen something like that going on. And yeah, I mean, on the patients group, on the Discord group, links in the description, it was like banging off on the Discord group all day. People going, have you seen this stock? You seen this stock? It was absolutely mental. So if you do want to get in there, the link is in the description. But I mean, on the US front, we had companies like Visa that was up 7%, which the other day was at pretty decent valuations, back in the 200 now. We had stocks like Uber up 7%. That's been on a crazy run the last kind of month. Stocks like Boeing that I'm in, that was up 13%. We had Wynn Resorts. I mean, I nearly bought this like last week when it dipped down to that $70 range. Went up 27% today. We had Delta Airlines up 17%. And you can see here, a lot of these were the stocks that, you know, have been a little bit, well, definitely hurt, you know, by the coronavirus. And we had some vaccine news that we'll touch on, and that really helped them. We had a lot of the better performers, you know, your Pinterest down 10%. We had PayPal 8% down 8%, Nvidia down 6%, Netflix down 8%. A lot of these like coronavirus proof stocks, you know, we saw the money going out of them now to a lot more of these riskier stocks or corona affected stocks. Now there was some vaccine news. On the UK front, I think that was the one that everyone was like, wow. You know, we had Greggs up 17%, nearly 20% at one point. Hollywood Ball up 26%. Now I'm like, don't go up that much, I want to buy more of you. But never mind, 26% gains, pretty good. Do H Smiths up 32%. Now I don't know how long that will last for, because they've got earnings and I can't see anything positive coming out of earnings. But there we go. We had Gym Group, a company that I don't own, but potentially I am the CEO of. If you've been here for a long time, you might get that one. But yeah, Gym Group up 38%, absolutely insane. And Cineworld up 40%. Now I'm kind of mad at Trading 212 now, because I'm like, you sold me out at such a bad price. I might as well have kept it and I would have recovered within a month. Like Cineworld up absolutely huge from here. And yeah, I think there was just like a few people on the Discord group were saying that as well, because of the big massive surge, so many brokers went down. I think at one point even Trading 212 went down. So, and I think that's the third time they've gone down this year, which is a little bit worrying. I'm getting a little bit of a different opinion about Trading 212 at the moment. But I think the UK just boomed up so much because it's so beaten down. You know, we saw the lockdown come in, the stock market moved up, we get a vaccine, and look at the surge of UK stocks. The UK stocks just surged right up because they're like that boxer, you know, they're being like, you know, being knocked down for 12 rounds, and then on the last round they pulled a massive uppercut out, and it's just knocked them flat out. You know, I think there was just so much negativity that you've seen, like bang. We've got the positive now, and you know, credit to you if you're in the stock market. I'm sure you had massive gains on the UK front, even on the US front. Even someone like your CCLs, you know, your Delta Airlines, even they were kind of doing the same thing. So a massive rebound in the market today on this vaccine news. So yeah, I mean, realistically, the stock market moved because of one article, and that was about a vaccine, and the vaccine came from probably the unlikely winner, which was Pfizer. I mean, Pfizer stock didn't really move as much, really. I mean, I don't know the ins and out. Maybe the stock it moving because they're going to be doing it for low profit. Maybe they're doing it as break even. I don't know why that one didn't move, but that would kind of be my suggestion why it hasn't moved. We'd have to look into it more. This just kind of shows you everyone that was kind of gambling on this vaccine stock. You know, that's why you don't kind of gamble on these things. That's why I didn't gamble on it. But yeah, I mean, this is what came out. So we had a COVID vaccine, which was the first milestone vaccine, offers 90% protection. Now, we know previously that if it was over 50% protection, it would actually get put through. So 90% is definitely, well, fantastic. So that's all great. The developers was Pfizer and BioNTech, and it said their vaccine has been tested on 43,500 people in 6 countries and no safety concerns has been raised. Now, I always like look at this going, yeah, there's no safety concerns like over like the first 2 months or 3 months, but like what over like a 10-year period? I always get that bit worried, like you don't know how a vaccine is going to be like in 10 years, but hey, that's just my 2 cents on it. But the company plans to apply for emergency approval to use the vaccine by the end of the month, so potentially we do get this by the end of the month. It goes on to say about when the vaccine will be available. They said the 2 companies say they will be able to supply 50 million doses by the end of this year, around 1.3 billion by the end of 2021. So yeah, I mean, we won't see anything crazy this year, but you know, 1.3 billion is a fair chunk by 2021. But obviously we still won't be ramped out, but it'd be probably be able to deal with like the most at risk like generations. So I guess that's a positive. So yeah, I mean, it's not going to be something that changes over the next 3 months. It's really something that won't take effect for another 12 months. So that's worth noting. And the UK should get 10 million doses by the end of the year, with further 30 million doses already ordered. So overall, I think this was really positive news for the stock market. Obviously, we can see with how it was taken, but I still think there's some things of like, it's not fully approved yet, which is something to be careful of. I have tried to find out if it's confirmed past phase 3, which I can't do, but I think it is past phase 3, which obviously phase 3 there's about a 50% fail rate. So you just got to be careful of that. But I think it has got past phase 3, and it's just now waiting for the approval from, you know, the governing body, and then go through the countries as well, their approval systems. But yeah, it looks like we might get it by the end of this year for some of us, but really the majority won't get it until 2021, which really in theory was actually when I saw like the virus peaking out. I see the virus peaking out in February time. So I mean, I don't know what's going to come first, really, the vaccine or this kind of peak of where, you know, the cases then start dipping down. Personally, I think like February will be the key month, and then March and April we should see the decline. So I do think like it's either we're going to have a vaccine which will reduce numbers early next year, or the virus is going to peak out next year. But I think, in my opinion, February is where we'll peak out, and then we'll see a drop in cases either way. So I wouldn't say it was like huge news, because by the time we mass produce it and get it out, I think we might have passed the peak of the virus and it will slowly come down. I mean, having a vaccine will definitely help that curve come down quicker and we get to normality a lot quicker. So I guess it is a positive as well. And also it's probably, the big thing is probably going to save a lot of lives as well, which definitely is a great thing. So yeah, I mean, the vaccine is definitely good news because it will save lives. I just think that we probably will have peaked out as well by the time this all gets, you know, mass produced and out there. So that's something that I would take into consideration, but it's definitely great news. Now overall, I would say where the stock market's at, it's probably a bit too much of a quick jump. At the moment, the futures look pretty flat for Tuesday, but you know, that can just change so quickly. But it looks pretty flat at the moment, but I would say that we'll probably see a bit of selling now, a bit of profit taking off these kind of last kind of highs, really. I mean, some people are up crazy amounts on a lot of stocks now that bought in that COVID dip, so congratulations if you did. But personally, I won't be selling. I'm happy with everything in my portfolio. A lot of the companies that I bought, I'm willing to hold for another 2 to 5 years and get even bigger returns. You know, I'm not sticking it out for like, you know, 10-20% returns. I want to see like 100% returns over 2 to 5 years. So personally, there's not much I'm willing to sell. But at the same time, I'm probably holding off buying right now and waiting for a bit of a pullback. It depends what happens over the next few days with some companies because they have earnings and that might move them. Just like off topic, which was Beyond Meats. I mean, that was a massive drop after their earnings. So that's kind of got me interested in that one. We'll see where that one goes today. I mean, you never know if it gets the right price. I can see myself buying Beyond Meat. So just thought I'd make that one aware. That was a big drop yesterday. So we'll see what happens there. But overall, that's my kind of opinions of everything now. Great news, but probably bit too much of a jump, but I won't be selling overall. But at the same time, with this kind of jump, I'm probably not buying just right now unless something crazy happens with earnings with some of my companies that are reporting over the next few days, like InMode, CRAZYYYY, for example. So hope that update helped you guys anyway. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end, remember, subscribe if you're new around here. Let's get to 5k. You guys smash that like button. Hope you had some amazing gains yesterday on your stocks. I know that it was a pretty good day for me in the stock market. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.